Hello and welcome to another episode of The Aftermath. As always, I am Ian, and I'm joined, as always, as well by Dylan and Ethan. What's up?
Welcome. We are here to introduce you to...
Hell. Whoa. Soften the blow a little bit. Jeez.
Hell. I was going to try and break it down gently, but we're here to...
I'm trying to go in for a smooth landing on this plane, and Ethan just pulled the joystick all the way down.
No, I know that. This is man.
This is Hellboy.
The devil's child himself.
He's got a thick rock hand. That should be
hand
the name of the episode already. Thick rock hand.
Thick rock hand.
Fist bone crunch.
Yeah. Thick rock hand was my nickname in high school.
Really? What an interesting.
Did you have a club hand?
I don't know. I don't know, man.
He grew out of it.
I grew out of it. Yeah, actually, I grew into my thick rock hand.
So now you're the Thing from Fantastic Four?
No, now I'm just average Joe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's kind of.
It went the other way. The rock hand grew more normal.
Yeah. Right. It went down and I went up, and then it just kind of now
Meet
rock hand is basically just normal hand.
You were born with it, believe it or not. Your parents looked at you and were like,
damn,
he'll grow into it. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
The doctor look at
some people say maybe
that's
it's
a hell of a growth spurt.
Yeah, right. Some people say maybe it's Maybelline. Yeah, for me it was just maybe he's born with it. That was I was just born with it.
The doctor was like, I'm not sure that's okay when you get it checked out. And our mom was both like, nah, he'll be fine.
Yeah.
He'll grow into it.
When I was born, the doctor was like, wow, my, that's a medical anomaly. And we said, neat. And then we just went home.
I believe our mom said to go drink some water, eat a banana, and sit out in the sun for a while. I think it fixed itself.
Have a banana and sit outside. I love it because it's such good advice too.
I've done it before.
Have you tried having a banana and sitting outside for a bit? That's my advice to every solution.
Drink a glass of water, have a banana, and sit outside for a bit.
That helped
and
me
you
out
grew out
a lot.
of it.
And then guess what? My hand's not a rock hand anymore. Hey, everybody.
Welcome to the aftermath.
We watched Hellboy today.
Only thing you're missing is the horns, tail, and red skin.
And the rock hand that I don't have anymore.
Yeah, of course.
You were almost there.
Yeah. I had it. Maybe I was.
You looked a little orange for a moment, but
we didn't judge him for that though.
Yeah,
because again, that's
we're non-discriminatory.
I judged myself.
Ethan, however, discriminates against himself with prejudice.
Exclusively and constantly.
Oh yes.
Anybody who doesn't have red skin, he can't stand them.
No.
Yeah. So that means, by the way, everyone. I hate people.
We're
I'm glad
at the very intro to this movie, things were going on. I was like, neat. There's war. I knew that there was going to be Satan stuff going on. And then we rounded the corner, and then boom, swastika. And all I thought to myself was, so it's that kind of movie.
Yeah,
that was my first impression.
This movie starts off with a bang. I mean, it starts. You're right. It kind of like tiptoes its way in and kind of shows you what's going on. But man, before you know it, there's a portal to some space land with a
space land
with like a crystal.
That guy who got his back snapped was badass.
Yeah,
the guy who when the portal started shrinking or whatever, and he got dragged into it and just got snapped, bro. That was wild.
That hurt
the guy
my
had
spine.
Seen enough punishment at this point being
no. That one was like so this movie ain't playing around because the rest up until that point it was like because they don't have the practical effects like Game of Thrones going on. So like
it was also in 2005.
Yeah, exactly.
So
that
was prime.
So they don't have a lot of the death and gore was really bloodless and kind of like not really crazy. So you're not sure if this is just like not trying to be crazy or if it's just that they couldn't really get the blood effects going in. So it's hard. And then that one dude gets his back snapped and you're like, so it's not because they're chickening out. It's just because they didn't want to work on all the blood and all these scenes. Yeah. They weren't chickening out though. That dude got murked by the portal.
Yeah. It was like, what is it called whenever a pipe underwater has a lower pressure than underwater? And like, I forgot what it's called.
It just everything. A crab is disintegrated.
Is crushed. That's what happened, but with a space portal to, I'm assuming, hell.
And a man.
And a man. He goes and gets sucked into the portal.
He's like, oh no, I can't make it through. Snap. Look at that. I can make it through.
Oh, yeah. He made it through all right.
He crumpled up like a piece of paper and then went to hell. And I was like, oof.
Need I remind you, not before his skin melted off of his bones.
His skin was melting when that was happening. Yeah. That was pretty cool, too.
Yeah. Welcome to the aftermath, everybody.
Yeah, right. I was born and raised with a rock hand, and this man died. Welcome to the aftermath, everyone.
Nothing new. They should know what to expect by now.
Oh, of course. But like this, I loved the setup for this movie.
Yeah.
I like everything about it.
Oh, dude, it's insane.
I was trying to think of a way to describe it, and I was like, man, this is really like kind of... Honestly, here's what I hit it with. This is my best way of describing it to someone who's never seen it before. There are two things that I have seen. No, it's been forever since I've seen Men in Black, but still, two things I have seen that I compare it to, which is Men in Black meets Stranger Things. 100%. That's exactly what I was like.
Work.
Men in Black meets Stranger Things, like weird demon ghost things, and also we've got Nazis and conspiracy stuff going on. So Stranger Things, and then Men in Black because we've got a secret corporation of alien demons fighting them.
Yeah.
So I 100% dig that combination. I love this. We need to watch the rest of the movies. I'm down. This is cool.
They made like 2 others with Ron Perlman, and then they made that new one that I don't think anyone liked.
Really? Oof.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in that case, I had to pick up the comics then, because this is cool. I need to know more.
I love his demeanor. Obviously, he's supposed to be like, 70-something years old, but he's actually...
60 years by our time, and he's only like barely out of his 20s.
Yeah.
Or in his 20s.
The math is supposed to be that it's dog years backwards, of course. Yeah. So he's actually like a sort of a 20-year-old-ish, but he's been around for 60 years.
Yeah. I got it, but I was just trying to figure out. So regardless, I just love the fact that like the introduction, he's like smoking a cigar, and he's like,
shadowed.
Just a gruff man.
He's like a silhouette of a character you haven't unlocked yet.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah,
I love his sarcastic demeanor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all of his
like,
humor is great.
The moment, like I love also the fact that it's like there's just like little moments where he's just like crap, and like then something happens.
That's gonna hurt tomorrow. I'm like, buddy, you just killed a demon god. And you're like, I'm gonna be sore tomorrow. Knee slapper. That one is.
You just got picked up and thrown from a building.
Like after they found him in the cemetery of the freaking Nazi research base or whatever.
Yes.
After the whole time skip, they send him in to like take out this freaking demon that was sighted at a museum. Or I'm sorry, was summoned in a museum.
Not cited. This was intentional.
Yes.
I think you meant to say they resurrected the ashes of this creature and
right. And after walking through its fucking warpath, basically, it sees it hanging from the ceiling, feasting on a corpse.
Just nomming down on a security guard.
Hey, how you doing?
All right.
After it drops down, he like tries to talk to it. It's like, can we like try to settle this peacefully in any way?
Well, I believe
it just runs away.
Its name was like
Samuel.
His name was like Samadal or whatever, and he called it Sammy. He was like, "All right, Sammy, you're gonna have to get down from there." And I was like, "Buddy, what?"
Yeah.
So who's everybody's favorite character?
What was our boy's name? The Boy Scout.
Boy Scout.
John Myers.
John Myers.
Yeah.
John. What a Chad.
What a boy. I like the fact
Chad.
that like for a hot minute like he seems like our guy, but then you're like, nah, it's still just it's still
the boy of
Hellboy.
Yeah. All right, Dylan.
I don't know. I'm kind of partial to Abe Johnson, but
mine was definitely 100% without a doubt Waterboy.
I'm sorry, Abe Sapien.
Abe
Sapien. Yeah, that's the Waterboy.
That's Waterboy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. That's him, 100%.
I don't know where the fuck I got Johnson from.
He's my favorite. The person who's portraying him does a literal perfect job with him, where he's constantly just like moving his hands and like not showing any emotion while talking to people.
Yes.
And then when like someone's like, what is it? John says like, I'm not pure of heart, and then Waterboy says,
actually, yes,
Waterboy with his hand up just says, yes, you are. Like kind of like a robot, and he's like, I can sense it in your heart. I was like, dude, what the hell?
He's like a mixture between a Jedi and some weird android.
Honestly, he's Yoda if Yoda talked normal and was actually tall and blue. Like
and a little more monotone.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, you can't tell what's going on. He's like, yes,
yeah, I can.
I can. Like, and he's like constantly moving his hands.
The part where
what solidified my favorite scene is him was he was talking to the girl and she's like asking for advice. He's like, and then it pans up and he's upside down solving a Rubik's Cube in his water cage. And he's just like, I've never been much of a problem solver. It's been 2 decades and I'm only on 2 rows. And I was like,
2, it was 3.
I was like, mood AF. He's only gotten 2. He's stuck at the end of it just like I was, and I had to Google it from there. I got 2 bits of it and I was like, well, man, I'm so good. And I was like, I don't know what to do from here. So then I had to Google it. But yeah, so like upside down, talking, making problems, helping her solve problems. I was like, all right, he's my favorite character. He's the best.
I like that there's a point when it defines his character very well whenever the mayor, he's the fish guy, is like in the museum where the wreckage of this hellhound thing was, and of course Hellboy and this Sammy is have already busted through the window or in the subway at this point.
Yeah.
And so all the bureau guys are all around. and Fishboy picks up like this blade knife thing, and of course
one of the freaking tonfas.
Yeah, and then of course the mayor's like, "Don't touch anything," and of course he's like, "But I have to." And then he's like,
to see.
He's like,
to see.
Exactly. He says, "But I have to see," and then just keeps doing it because
he just proceeds to keep touching it.
The person who's low key actually in charge didn't tell him to stop, so he's not going to. He was like, "I don't care what the mayor guy says. The actual guy in charge told me to stop, so I have to."
Yeah.
I like the bullet that he made. He was like, "I made these bullets myself. They've got literally everything in it to kill everything. He's
holy
got
water,
silver shavings, holy water. Yeah, he's like, it's got everything." So, and then he actually managed. I was worried that it was going to be just too wild with the amount of bullets that they shot. So in movies, I always count bullets.
Oh yeah,
unless they're like ridiculous action movies, I don't even bother because I know they're going to shoot the gun forever.
Right.
But like in that first scene, he had a 6-shooter and he shot 5 bullets. And I was like, whoa, he's shooting real fast. And he missed he has 4 of them. And the 5th one just like clips it and blows it in the side off. And then he's pointing at it again. I was like, there is 1 bullet left in that chamber. He could shoot it.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. I liked the detail where he talked about the stuff in the bullet. I also like how after the fight was over, he was like, they were like, "How long was the thing on your arm?" He was like, "I don't know, 5 seconds." And they were like, in 5 seconds, it already laid 3 eggs. And he's like, 3 eggs in 5 seconds? Didn't even buy me a drink. I was like, yeah, oof.
I also love the after he's blown the shoulder off this creature and he's like, okay, it's time to clean it up. Let's move. He's like walking away, and of course the fish boy Abe is like trying to tell him more information. He's like, I don't need to know all of it. It's already done. He's like, no. He's like, hear me out. And he continues and he says, the Wolf of Resurrection.
Yeah.
Or what? No, the Wolf of Rejuvenation or what it was called.
No, it was Resurrection.
A Resurrection.
He said something like that.
Yeah, and he stopped in his tracks. He's like, I don't like the sound of that.
See, I don't like that.
I don't like that.
Oh man, he turns around, he's going.
It's like,
shucks.
Here we go again.
So yeah, I thought it was really enjoyable. I thought it was neat. I didn't know if I would enjoy his movies because I don't know. I never had a chance to watch it, but I do believe I've seen 1 or 2 of these scenes before. I thought that they were more like dramatic. I don't know, like supposed to be like spiritual, because with my mom and stuff like that, I feel like they were always like dramatic, more takes on spiritual than they actually were, and so I didn't think they were gonna be kind of action movie sort of stuff. So I was like, I didn't ever really want to watch them because I was like, this does not seem interesting to me. I don't want to deal with all that. Like it didn't seem like it would be something I would be interested in.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that it was actually. Well, Stranger Things meets freaking Men in Black, and it was actually badass. I didn't realize that was what it was.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if it was going to be like a hot take on religion or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Most of the stuff that has that sort of style about it or takes from those things usually doesn't like try to sell it as hard as like.
But even
there are some shows though that like that I hear about that like everyone loves that I thought of when I thought of this. Things like Supernatural, where it's like literally it's just them like hot takes on religion is the entire thing for Supernatural. It's just them selling religion or this new show that everyone loves. I think it's called Lucifer, right? And it's just a hot take on the devil being a cool guy. And I'm just like, man, I am not interested in you just trying to make up something from religion and sell it to me as like a cool show. This was not that. And that's why I enjoyed it, because I was like, I don't want some hot take on religion. I'll be honest with you. I that's not when I'm watching a movie. I don't care. That's not what I'm looking at right now. So with this, I liked that it had the really badass Catholic symbolism that I love, and all I could think of was like my favorite metal bands, Powerwolf and stuff like that, where there's an organ playing with double kick. Yeah, that's all I could think of was basically Powerwolf is essentially just Hellboy, and I and that is honestly totally cool with me.
So good.
Like, dude, it was so good.
I like the fact that there's like that he is Hellboy. Obviously,
that's the column.
That is what he is.
But he's a good boy.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Is the dad figure that raised him has this kind of, he was a Catholic man and kind of raised him to be like a good, upstanding guy.
You are a bad guy.
But
this
you are
does
a
not
bad
mean
guy.
you are a bad guy.
I love it.
And so
that's
thanks,
basically
Satan.
what his character is.
Yeah, and so I like the fact that
if I ever got saved by him, I would 100% say thanks, Satan. If I ever got saved by Hellboy.
But then, of course, like at the end of the movie, whenever, of course, he's like lost his mind because again, obviously he
just stopped caring.
Yeah,
he was like, you know what?
Dead.
Yeah, exactly.
Girlfriend dead, lol. I don't care. Time to be demon overlord.
Whatever. Apocalypse, I guess.
Yeah, right.
But then, like, of course, our our good boy Miller chucks him
our Boy Scout throws a cross at him and it burns and he's like,
he's like, this is what I am.
I'm not bad guy. And then he stops.
He recites the line.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. He's like, all right, and then he proceeds to murk his the other guy.
Rasputin. That is fucking Rasputin, man.
Sorry, you know why I keep forgetting it? They kept calling him Rasputin, and I kept thinking of rah rah, and I had to stop there.
Yeah.
I didn't realize
that his own fucking song.
He has his own song because he's just smashing the Russian queen. Yeah, I get it. Okay,
he was basically an insane fucking Russian wizard.
Just look up the lore on Rasputin.
Yeah. I know the song, and I've heard the name.
Rasputin. Yeah.
I don't know.
It's in my playlist, and randomly it hits me. I'm like, oh, there it is.
He died in the most brutal ways I can think of. Like they even say what all they did to him in the movie. Yeah, like he was poisoned, clubbed, castrated, beheaded.
So wait, and he keeps coming back?
No, he just came back in the movie.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, but in real life, or
in real life, a lot of those attempts were unsuccessful. But he was like,
I see.
As far as I'm aware, and he here's an image of.
When was he alive?
Oh, way back. I have him looked up.
It was in black and white, but damn, okay.
This is not black and white, though. That one's just him being real pale. Let's see.
Being real pale.
1869.
Yeah.
He was 6'4".
Damn.
Good Lord.
He was a Russian mystic and self-proclaimed holy man.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
he was pretty holy by the time they got through with him.
Yikes.
Let's see. I have him on Wikipedia. I'm gonna try and find the ways that they tried to kill him. Oh, his first name was Gregory. Yeah, that was it. Gregory Rasputin.
Oh, so this is a Gregory.
Let's see. Early life, religious conversion, healer to Alexei, controversy, assassination attempt. There we go.
Attempt.
Mm-hmm.
A 33-year-old peasant woman attempted to assassinate him by stabbing him in the stomach outside his home. He was seriously wounded for a time. Was not clear if he would survive after surgery. He recovered.
Nice.
Guseva was a follower of Ilidor.
Not the Goosey.
Not Goosey. A radical conservative. Let's see
my name's
how this
Little
one
Goosey.
attempted to drive a wedge between the royal family. False prophet. Let's see.
Well,
I'm not sure.
anyways, while he's looking that up, dude, this movie for me was a great action movie.
Mm-hmm.
It hits all the right notes. It's fun. It kept me engaged. It's a good story. I loved all the characters they introduced.
Yeah.
All the important ones, obviously, but man,
that Clockwork motherfucker was
up.
a real piece of work,
dude.
He was cool.
Made me
if he would stop, just flexing so hard and just do what he needs to do, then he would have succeeded.
Yeah.
He was like, swing, 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 swing. I was like, bro, if you 3 swings ago, you just cut the rope, Hellboy would be dead.
Like the final form of that one Arab dude from the Indiana Jones movie where he's like swinging the scimitar around.
No, it's exactly
and he just
that.
shoots him.
It's 100% that.
So
where
good.
it's like, if you would stop flexing so hard,
He
maybe
came back.
you'd succeed. Like,
One shot wasn't enough.
Dang.
Like it was just, he was too much. But also that was really cool, and I was
Yeah.
like, wow. And I thought his character concept was really cool until they were like, his blood is all sand now, and I was like, oh man, he's kept alive by magic. Never mind.
Yeah.
I thought medically he was really cool until they was like, oh, he's kept alive by sand.
By sand.
I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. I thought he was just a straight up robot with
Some
a little bit of
say
skin.
He's coarse and rough and gets everywhere.
And he does indeed somehow get everywhere.
Didn't they say all his blood had turned to dust?
Yeah.
sand? What the hell is sand? I said.
Man,
Essentially, all of his
It looks
blood
like a
was
mixture of both.
all of his blood was now dry. He didn't have any blood anymore. That's why
I'm
I
sure
was
if you get enough sand, it will be indistinguishable from dust.
Hmm.
Sorry, that was
Opposite.
meant to be the other way around.
yeah, get hecked on,
I'm
kid.
stupid. I'm gonna leave now.
All right,
No,
later,
don't.
bro. And that was the end.
Yep.
Man, dude.
Good night, folks.
Good night, folks. I'll be here all week.
I will say the makeup
Oh my god.
and the prosthetic stuff,
yes.
dude, was
Bro,
so
Waterboy looked so good.
That's what
all
you
the
get
time.
for watching Guillermo del Toro.
good. Yes.
Bro.
The costume design on point. I
The
loved
dude is a
the trench
fucking
coat.
The last
magician.
Del Toro movie I saw was also really good at costume design, and that was
Yeah.
Pan's Labyrinth.
Yes.
That was
Labyrinth.
Pan. So I'm just going to call it Pan.
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 Goat.
Goat.
The
The goat maze.
Goat maze. Goat
Um,
maze.
Sacrifice
Two.
baby goat maze.
Goat maze 2. Electric Boogaloo.
Oh,
Goat
God.
Boogaloo.
Goat Boogaloo.
Goat 2.
That's a
goat. That's the subtitle.
Guys, you see that new movie Goat by Guillermo del Toro?
No, but I did see Goat 2. Goat. That was a good one.
Oh, you mean like greatest of all time? No, just goat.
No, just Goat.
Nope, just
As in the animal.
Goat. Yeah, and the sequel. Goat
It's all in
2.
Spanish.
Goat.
Definitely worth the watch.
Dude, but that, and then of course the
Goat 3, the goatening.
the Samaritan gun. Like,
oh, dude, that thing is
Wow.
beautiful.
Yeah,
I just love big chunky guns, and dude, that's a freaking hand cannon.
Big old chonk.
that gun was thick.
The first few times we heard that dude shoot, it sounded actually like a cannon.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was
It
pretty
blew
cool.
a hole in concrete, I think.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
it destroyed
what
a
it
pillar
do.
and then ripped the hip off of the resurrector.
Out here ripping hips.
Yeah.
Ripping hips. I love whenever he gets bit and he has that little leech on whatever, and he's like by the trash can. And he's like, "I'm here to." Our boy Miller's like, "I'm here to help." He's like, "I don't need help." And it's where he's like, "Well, if you're gonna stay here and help, just load this gun." And he he cocks his gun or whatever. He's
I like how he was like, he gets the thing out and they were like, "How long has that been on there?" And he was like, "I don't know. Let me go ask." And he walks around the corner like,
So, is Miller the name of the actor?
Oh, I thought his name was Miller.
"That was John."
Oh, yeah, John Myers.
Myers. I'm sorry, I kept saying Miller. My
All
bad.
good.
That was close.
I was thinking T.J. Miller was playing a role in this.
TJ Maxx.
Well, anyways, this was a good movie. I really enjoyed it, and I
Yeah.
hope.
I really
100%.
want to. I know both of you have seen it before, but I really want to do an episode on Pacific Rim.
Oh, dude, that'd be a good one.
Yeah.
That was all right. That was
a pretty good movie.
Yeah.
Well, it's definitely not the focus of what the podcast, like the initial premise of the podcast was to show you things you hadn't seen before.
Oh,
but
I know, but I mean, it's still we're getting to the point where we can start watching
that,
some
and I know
stuff.
that Ethan's got some issues with the ending. With how
No. I have absolutely no issues with that movie
you don't?
or the ending at all. I'm just that is the movie that I go to as the example of the perfect
Okay,
ending
gotcha.
that was turned into a happy ending that I don't like.
Okay,
That's what I go into. So
gotcha.
we're not doing the podcast episode on that one yet, so I won't go deep into it. But that's
Yeah,
just the movie that is an example because I found that it was the perfect way of having a good ending, a pretty happy ending, and having someone important die.
Mhm.
But then they just miraculously brought the main character back, and I was like, oh, yay, happy ending, and then they kiss. And I was like, come
It
on.
definitely is a good example to use if you want
Yeah.
to point something like that out.
Because
Sure.
that's what I mean by endings. It's not that I like sad ending. It's just that I think you can have an ending that feels bittersweet, and very few
Yeah.
movies do it.
Yeah.
Well,
You know,
He saved the world.
and
But
he
now he's
lived.
gone.
Wow, like I thought his sacrifice really had weight to it. And
Oh,
he saved
yeah.
the world, and they were like, "Oh, he also lived." And I was like, "Oh, great, there, let's take the weight out of that."
well, we'll definitely we'll come back to that one in the future, and we'll definitely talk about that because apparently you have a lot to say about it. So
Yeah,
we'll
that's
leave
pretty-
it at
That's pretty much the
no, no.
most, I think.
That's okay.
I
Anyways,
think he's got a lot to say. Wait till you get.
thank you.
That guy likes robots.
Thank you, everybody, for listening. It's been real
No.
fun. If you guys are looking to find us, we have a link tree /Ian Wolf, and you can find all of our links. We have a YouTube channel. We are on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify. We're on all of it. You can look us up, the Aftermath Podcast. It's all there.
Damn.
But until next time,
Call an ambulance.
bye-bye.